Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Get 10 to 1 on the fight not to go the distance. Register now at betway.com/boxing.
This is Kugan Cassius for Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Las Vegas, MGM Grand, in one of the media rooms. With me, backed by popular demand, Gareth A. Davies.
Bit of a pause. I'm very well, thank you, Kugan. Nice to see you out here again. Glad you haven't lost your laptop this time.
That was a bit of a nightmare.
That was a bit of a nightmare, but you got back on track at that event here. It's great to be here. It's been a very unusual and a very big week. You know, you and I are in the broadcast centre right now of the MGM Grand, and there's 600 people in here. And
you just have a little pan and just show people what they're actually.
600 people in here, and we're late in the day now. Most people are going home, but you know, a lot of the people in here I've never seen at boxing before, and a lot of them are news crews from all over the world. We've got the BBC here, we've got German crews, Swiss crews, Japanese, Brazilians, from all over the world. It's transcended boxing, this fight, and you know, Cougs, when a big fight transcends the sport, there's always a danger that people start to look in on boxing in a critical way, and these big fights have a habit of being very controversial.
Absolutely. Talking to some people, I'm not including yourself, but I was talking to Bob Arum yesterday, and you know, and also
was he lying to you yesterday but telling you the truth today?
No, but talking to different fighters and also people of a different generation, and they found it hard to sort of confirm whether they thought that Pacquiao Mayweather was the biggest fight ever, because if you're going back to the likes of Joe Louis against Max Schmeling and fights like that, you know, Ali Frazier, where does this compare among those sort of fights, Gareth?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, I've done a few lists of this in the build-up to this. I think what I'd say is, for me, it does have to figure in the most significant fights of all time, purely based on the fact it looks like it'll gross over $500 million US. That's extraordinary. Merchandising and the revenue from not pay-per-view is expected to be somewhere between 120 and 150 million US. 100 million pounds outside pay-per-view. It's extraordinary numbers. For that reason, you have to put it in the bracket as one of the most significant fights in history for me, because yes, Schmeling and Joe Louis had racist overtones and the Nazis, and it was a big time in the world. World War II was about to start, and it was symbolic of, you know, not allowing, you know, that both presidents and Adolf Hitler, Roosevelt, the president in America, and Adolf Hitler spoke to Schmeling and spoke to Joe Louis about not losing for their country. It had massive significance, those kind of fights. Global significance. What this has a significance in that way is, this is the first fight where social media has been, and you know, you've grown up through social media.
I'm a victim of it.
Yeah, maybe you're a victim. Maybe we all are with your work.
I'll let you have that one.
Let
Gareth.
me pause. Let me pause.
Yeah.
Let me pause. Get myself together again. No, but you know because you've been part of that growth. This is the first mega fight that social media has created. You know, you look at the attrition and comments that come here and there, that are on websites, that are on Twitter, Shots, Instagram. It's built this fight into one of the biggest of all time. When we talk about Schmeling and Louis, that was a world war. It's different, but for me, it has to rank in the top 10 of the most significant fights of all time. Obviously, the Rumble in the Ali and Frazier, 1971. That was the fight that paved the way for mega fights. For pay-per-view, 4 mega fights, closed circuit television, boxing being shown in theatres, not just at the venue anymore. Remember Gene Tunney and Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey. I think no, Tunney and Dempsey. Tired. It's been a busy week. You know, Soldiers Field, 102,000 people, a 2 million gate for the first time. That's how they used to make money in boxing. It was bums on seats. But the televised era, I've spoken to Bob about this myself, the televised era, even through the 80s, wasn't pay-per-view, it wasn't satellite like it is now. We've got satellite, we've got social media, social marketing, Mayweather's an extraordinary genius at it. He's a natural at it. And they've just created a mega event. It has to go down probably in the top 6, I would say, most significant fights of all time.
Gareth, 5 years ago...
Events. Yeah.
Gareth, 5 years ago, the biggest available fight on the world scene was Mayweather-Pacquiao.
Yeah.
5 years later, it's still the biggest fight available. Is that a problem that these fights are not coming around? They're coming around every 10 years, or, you know, people are saying sort of maybe Lewis and Tyson was the last mega fight of any sort of big magnitude. But why is that then? After Mayweather-Pacquiao, what's the next biggest fight available?
You can't create stars. You can't create global figures. It's the public who decides that they become global figures, whether it be through love for them or hatred for them, or what's happened in their storyline. The reason this is so big, Floyd Mayweather's been through several domestic battery issues. He served a time in prison. He has become undefeated. He's created a bad boy, rap star, mega star, pop star icon image for himself. He's associated himself with great people. He's flashed the cash. He's shown his opulence, his braggadocio. Floyd Mayweather has become, I would say, like a pop icon. Over that 5 years, he's become bigger and bigger and bigger. In the same breath, in his way, Manny Pacquiao, 2008, he was carrying a flag for the Philippines at the opening ceremony of the Beijing Olympics. He wasn't a big figure then. Nobody recognized him carrying the flag. Now, he's a congressman in the Philippines. He is more of a symbol of hope. He's campaigning against human trafficking through his congressman. He's one of the worst, he's got one of the worst attendance records, I have to add, in Filipino politics. But he's interested in stopping deforestation. He's interested in human trafficking. He's just helped a woman not get executed in Indonesia for being part of drug trafficking there. She got a pardon. She hasn't been executed today. He's become a very influential...
Sorry, can I stop you there? Why do you think he got involved in that? I asked Bob Arum that about 10 minutes ago, and he said he didn't know why Manny decided to involve himself in that situation with the drug traffickers in Indonesia. Why do you think he would have got involved in that?
He's a very influential figure in Southeast Asia. He's the biggest name in the Philippines. Alongside Aquino, who's the president, he is the biggest name in the Philippines. And maybe he's actually a bigger name than the president of the Philippines. So I think Manny Pacquiao, rightly or wrongly, it's his own opinion to get involved. I don't know whether the woman is innocent or not with the group. I think it's 15 of them in all. He got involved because he cares about people. And I think what happens is there's this fight, if we bring it back to that, there's a huge amount of interest in it because most people in their hearts would like to see Manny Pacquiao win. That's the casual fan, because they know his story. And most people see Mayweather as this guy who's kind of the bad boy, the flash to cash guy. But, you know, they aren't that. That's just how they're portrayed in the media. The interesting thing about the build-up to this is Floyd hasn't played the bad boy. His voice is an octave lower. He's a lot calmer. He's spoken no trash at all. Not a word. Gone are the yellow chump days, and I'll roll a sushi roll, and, you know, Freddie Roach, what does he know? And Floyd cleverly has realised that there's no point in playing the bad guy in this. He doesn't want to play that because he can't win in terms of public support or popularity or the vote with the public. They'll always go with Pacquiao in this. Whether they're boxing purist is different, because we all know that in boxing purism, Mayweather is a beauty to behold. He's physical poetry. He's beautiful to watch. I mean, it's one of the things I treasure over the last 10 years, having watched Floyd Mayweather in a ring live in Las Vegas. I genuinely treasured it. You can't... There's moments with Mayweather where you just watch him and you just say, how does he do that? He's like a ghost at times, a ghost predicting when the timing's coming. Yes, he's aging. We saw that in the first Maidana fight. You know, Pacquiao's a left-handed brawler who's become a decent fighter, who has huge heart, amazingly massive calves, great cardio, and who's reckless and relentless and doesn't fear for his own safety. He walks to the bloody walks to the bloody ring with a smile on his face. I mean, who does that? So it's a great story. This, yeah, you must be finding it yourself. It's just enormous. It's exhausting, but it's just a really big story. It's transcended the sport.
In the grand scheme of things, would it be a massive upset if Pacquiao was to be victorious on Saturday night?
Well, yeah, he's a big underdog. So, I mean, a massive upset, no, because he's got the capability. I mean, there's different things. Look, Mayweather's fighting at his home from home. It's his 14th fight in a row in Las Vegas, I think it is. No, I think he's fought 20 times in Las Vegas. It's his 14th fight at the MGM Grand. I think it's something like 12 or 13 in a row here. He should win, but he's got longer reach, he's the bigger man, he'll weigh 10 pounds more than Pacquiao on the night. Similar in dimensions really to him and Juan Manuel Marquez, and look what he did to Marquez. Obviously Marquez isn't southpaw, but with Pacquiao, if he can really make Mayweather work and put pressure on Mayweather and try and age him on the night, he's got a chance. You know, they're looking to throw 800 plus punches in this fight. And, you know, if he can throw combinations and come in and out and have some success and put pressure on Floyd, then he's got a chance to win on points. But I think, how many times have we watched a round where you think someone's unleashed 8 combinations on Floyd and he's landed 8 clean shots, and you kind of go, he won the round. Clean, beautiful, accurate, evasion. He knows how to win 3 minutes. The boxing ring is his playground. You only need to go to the Mayweather gym and you see how he grew up. Here on the outskirts of Chinatown in Las Vegas. All the fighters bring their babies in pushchairs and leave them in the gym. The children run around, beautiful little children. That's how Floyd grew up. The ring's his playground.
Okay, Gareth, we're just about running out of time, but we may
Let's hope we're not running out of time, yeah.
I meant on the card, I didn't mean in life. But listen, thank you very much for giving IFL TV 12 minutes of your time. It's not quite as long as our last one, but maybe we can catch up again. There's still 3 or 4 days left in the week.
3 days, Thursday, tomorrow. Whenever you want to, Cougs, I'm always here to have a chat to you.
All right, Gareth A. Davies, thank you very much. Do you want to plug anything, what you're doing, Gareth?
Sit back and just give it the old.
All right. Whoa.
Yeah, no.
Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Get 10 to 1 on the fight not to go the distance. Register now at betway.com/boxing.